Hey everybody, it's your host, Dr. Dana Martin. We are on the Sith Dominion Live tonight, Tuesday. It is, 2 weeks we've been gone. Debbie, welcome back. Cam, welcome back. How have y'all been over the last 2 weeks? Tell me, Debbie.
Just working and being on other shows, and now I've added another show I'm on now on Fridays.
Oh, I was like, man, you are on like 4 shows, I think, now a week nearly.
Yeah. Well, that's because I'm a hermit. I don't go anywhere. I don't do anything outside of be on YouTube shows and watch TV.
Well, I think you increase your odds of being discovered as talent. The more shows that you're on, Debbie. That's
I
the
wouldn't
role.
go that far, but
No.
Cam, if Harrison Ford or Tom Hiddleston wants to contact me, that's all right.
That's cool.
I could live with that.
I'm gonna have to get a picture of, now that you're on so often, that wallpaper that you have on the other shows.
I need to make a new one.
You do that and share it, and I swear to God, I'm gonna post it on our show. When we're Cam, how you been, man?
I've been good. I've been gaming a lot of Cyberpunk 2077 over the holidays and kind of the last couple weeks. One of my buddies had never seen Lord of the Rings, so for like 3 Fridays in a row, I went to Conroe and watched it with like my group of buddies I'm pretty tight with, and got Return of the King. It's awesome. It's great. I mean, the whole series is good, but it was cool watching somebody experience Lord of the Rings for the first time. And
how did they go that long?
It's a lot.
I don't know, honestly. When he told us, we were just kind of like, you haven't seen Lord of the Rings? He's like,
listen,
no. I'm like,
I was like 42 when I saw Harry Potter the first time. Like, it happens. You just, that's some, Lord of the Rings is huge. Like, you have to invest to watch a show like that, right?
Yeah. It was great though. It was cool seeing somebody experience something that I like grew up with for like the first time. So just raw emotion and all that was pretty cool.
Was there a series outside of Star Wars, of course, that impacted you in that way? For you, maybe, Cam, Lord of the Rings, or was there another series?
It was probably Dragon Ball Z growing up. That was probably I was raised by Goku and Vegeta, so.
Was it like you could not miss an episode? Like you had to hang on and watch? Anything like that for you, Debbie, growing up?
Mostly for reruns, but Star Trek and then the original Battlestar Galactica.
Oh, Lauren Green, yeah. Freaking Jane Seymour, I think, was in that too, wasn't she? Yeah.
The movie. Oh,
but she wasn't in the show.
I don't think she was in a show, unless it was just like the first few shows.
Man, that was. I've enjoyed the second one. I haven't revisited the first one probably in a good 15 years. I don't know if it holds up anymore, but that was some good stuff for that time for sure.
Yeah, we're talking about, well, I mean, it's not my show, but Biscardi for Geek and I podcast. He was talking about possibly starting another podcast for Battlestar Galactica.
Oh my God, I would get on that train in a heartbeat.
I was like, I haven't seen that in eons, and I've never watched the newer one because I can never find all the seasons in one place. Hulu
had it for a while. I have the Blu-rays, so it doesn't matter. But man, I love Battlestar. Like, yeah, I'm a huge PSG fan. For the new series, the old one, it was cool or whatever, but yeah, the new series, sick. Oh, someone's chatting. Who's chatting? Oh, never mind. That's just
it's just a robot.
That's cool. Well, so hey, tonight on the episode, I threw a couple of topics out. I think what we're gonna do tonight is look at what's happening. What's up, Andrew? What's happening in the news in the last couple of weeks? Some things potentially coming down or that we'd like to see in, we did that with Vader in that last episode. We'd like to see more of Anakin, the Vader, and the stuff and whatever. But I mean, as a whole, right? What is it that we'd like to see from a dark side perspective over the next year, and make some predictions? So I think we can have some fun. Can't wait. So yes, hi Andrew. Let's do this. Where's your fan club, Josiah? Where's our third listener? That is
I just sent him a text. He should be on the way.
Dude, this is what happens when you take 2 weeks off. People forget about you. I mean, I think that was my first TikTok in like 2 weeks. Work. Like, it's funny because all three of us, right? We love our geekdom and we love talking about this stuff, but we have other lives and other jobs that actually pay us, and so that takes precedence sometimes. So I don't know about next week. I'll just put that out now. I almost spilled this wine. That was almost bad. I've got federal jury duty on Monday of next week, so I'll call. Hopefully nothing, and I don't have to go to Houston, which is a good hour and 15 away from where I have to go. So may or may not have a show. We will if I'm not on jury duty. I don't think they'll let me. I don't know, whatever. We'll figure it out. So, just FYI. The other stuff for this show. So, I want to open up by, if you had one wish for any dark sidey type stuff for this next year. Just one thing that if you said, bah, it would manifest and happen. What is it that you would want to see from a dark side Star Wars Sith perspective?
Ben Solo animated show falling to the dark side.
Including Knights of Ren and how all that happened?
I would think so. Actually
Damn.
give them some purpose outside of just name alone. So I think that'd be cool. Like Clone Wars style, Bad Batch animation, kind of, because you can kind of play into the fact of Luke. Now they have comics and stuff.
Sure.
And we kind of see how they feel about comics and books when we talk about what we're going to talk about in a little bit. But I think that would be something I'd like to see.
Cool.
So.
Debbie?
Well, I would really love a live action, but if it's animated like Clone Wars style, I wouldn't mind. But I want an Asajji Ventress series.
Ooh, that'd be good.
Yes. Clone Wars, the very first one that's not canon, or maybe it is now, the one that was on Cartoon Network.
The 2D one.
2D, yeah. That animation with something of Ventress would I 100% watch. Have you guys seen? And I wish I had the clip. I just thought of it. It's like Japanese animation, but it's X-wings and TIE fighters coming off of Star Destroyers and fighting. Have you seen this, Cam? Have you seen this, Debbie?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Man, Cameron, you got to find that while we're talking here, since you know what you're looking for, and see if we can't stream some of it. I would love to see some. So you want to, I would love to see for this year animation. All three of us seem to agree we'd like another animated show, and something very unique in the styling, right, in the artistry of the actual characters. I want to see something like a what if type series. I have what's up, Zane? Here, let me solve that problem right there. What's going on?
Hey.
Hi.
Is it working fine?
Yeah, I can hear. Can you hear me?
Oh,
Are we good?
Yeah.
Are you using your phone as a camera, but your computer?
I connected my Samsung to my computer, and I'm running OBS as a virtual camera. So I can take pictures and you can see it. See, look.
Oh, boy.
Oh my gosh, you guys in podcast land on Spotify or wherever, you gotta come see this. This is brilliant over on YouTube. Okay, I don't even know where were we. Oh my god.
What Star Wars?
So-
What if?
Yeah. So the Star Wars What If. So I'm actually in the middle of an article about needing a Star Wars What If. I think it's important we tie all the shows and writers together. So
What a
I'm
concept.
actually, yeah, no, right. I'm actually done pretty much with the article, but was looking for some feedback. So I still gotta, kind of get some thoughts from the fandom because we are fueled by the fans, right? The What If Battle of Endor. I need to see something Battle of Endor animated like that Japanese animation, that anime where the Empire, pulls it out some way somehow and defeats the rebellion. Like I don't know why I want to see that. I'm not nuts and want to see people hurt or injured. I just think, man, just the Empire was amazing, and the fact that they got beat by a shaft twice, like I need to see something different.
Okay
So
to be
Zane,
pro. It's okay to be pro Empire, Dana. You don't got to hide it. Like it's all right.
Well, my car it does have a big Imperial logo on the hood. Zane, we're talking about if whatever we spoke manifested for 2024, what sort of dark side Sithy thing would you like to see from Star Wars? So some of the stuff was like Ben Solo's fall to the dark side. That's what Cam stated. Knights of Ren kind of stuff. Debbie said kind of an animation style like Clone Wars. We'll see Asajji Ventress and her story and her development. And then I just said Battle of Endor in an anime type style. What would you like to see if you could manifest something in 2024 just by speaking it?
Well, I mean, heir to the Empire, but I think realistically, if I want to see something that I don't already think has a potential to occur, I want to see something with Palpatine and his rise. Both his rise from, mostly his rise from being a kid on a planet to being a huge politician.
Yeah. Now, check out. We did a full episode on Palpatine and could have done more. That was a long episode. It was a great episode, and we talked a lot about that. His upbringing. We'd love to see more of that. I agree. Kim, sorry, I think you were about to say something.
Oh nope.
No. That's cool. I like that. Animated or what? Doesn't matter. Live action.
I mean, doesn't matter. But if I had to choose, like 2D animated, like the 2003 Clone Wars.
That apple doesn't fall far, does it? I literally just said that about the Asajj. Like, that'd be cool. Wow. That's awesome. So yeah, just speaking that stuff. No, we don't have no one's ear, but man, it's fun to kind of imagine some of that. Zane, I shared the outline with you earlier today, but we've got a couple of articles I wanted to look at that have come up in the news already for this year. And it's going to, I believe, lay the foundation for what's to come with Disney on how these kind of things start to develop, some of them. Wait, I need to change I always do this. Ooh, okay, there we go. So the first thing, I want to be respectful, and I want us to talk about the director Shamin Shinoy, and I want us to kind of entertain what that means. I want to start off by saying I am always excited when there's a new director that comes to the Star Wars fold. I think diversity in creativity is extremely important. It's what gave us Star Wars in the first place. Something different, something scoped outside of the framework of what Hollywood was at the time. That being said, and being respectful, because man, our fan base sure is rabid sometimes, aren't they? That being said, what is it that you are feeling about this? We have an article actually on Geek News Now that was really well done by Ambrose, talking about the public trial of Charmin Obaid Chinoy. So give that a go, read that. But outside of that, what were y'all's thoughts or feelings on this? Anyone can jump up. I know this is a controversial one.
I mean,
yeah.
go ahead, Debbie.
No, go
No,
ahead.
Debbie. No, go.
I it had nothing to do with Star Wars. I don't know how Star Wars got pulled into it, but I mean,
Yeah.
the toxic fan base will. I mean, this was a comment she made in 2015.
Like 15. Yeah.
Yeah, about a documentary about what's happening in her country and what the men do over there to the women. And that's why she said she likes to make men feel uncomfortable, because these men have to watch, or they may or may not watch the documentary, and she's hoping that it makes them feel uncomfortable. Had nothing to do with Star Wars.
No, not at all.
Although people are saying, well, if she feels that way about that, she probably feels that way. You still feels about that, in that same way. And she's going to make Star Wars men feel uncomfortable. And I'm like, yeah, there's a bunch of Delulu people out there.
Well, and you have to think, like, really, someone's gonna come in and just like intentionally try to destroy an entire franchise on purpose because, like, what are you thinking, man? Like, that's not gonna happen. I mean, appreciate that. Go ahead.
I'm not going to judge anything until I actually see the movie that she puts out, and if she pushes that agenda, then that I'll watch the movie once and then I may not watch it again. But I'm not going to make any judgments, especially on a comment that was made in 2015.
Sure. No, agreed.
So
I appreciate that. And I appreciate you going on through the explanation of that. I forgot to mention, that was way back in 2015 when you said that. Cam, Zane?
I mean, I agree with Debbie's points about her comments. The second comment, the more recent one about a woman shaping a galaxy far, far away, is just incorrect, as it's pointed out in the article. And if you go look at the Lucasfilm creative team today, it is predominantly female, and those are the only. I take certain issues with that being the focal point of the movie instead of them just making a good film and developing good characters. I mean, I feel bad for Daisy Ridley and all this because she's going to be the one again that's going to get killed if it's bad or not. And I don't know. I kind of agree with Debbie. I mean, if they want to push that agenda that they have been doing, then we'll just see the film and probably won't have to watch it again. I mean, I think the focal point of Lucasfilm should be to make good stories and take us back to have the good stories be the focal point. I don't think the fan base, and some people might disagree, have an issue with the female being the lead or whatever. I don't think people have an issue with that. The issue is it doesn't make any sense.
Right.
And I think it was disrespectful to Rey as a character for her to be Palpatine's granddaughter in the sequels. Like, it would have just been fine if she just would have, hey, you know what? She's just special and overpowered, and that's just the way it is. Versus, I don't think I said it before in pre-show. I mean, they just have horrendous damage control that should be studied for how to not run a billion-dollar company in IP. So it's just my thoughts.
3 course credits for this class.
No, it should be a business minor. How not to run a business.
No, you're absolutely right. You know, I wrote that article when she came out and when they announced that she was going to be doing this new movie, Daisy Ridley, and just praising her. You know, coming back out, doing it again in the face of the fans, and then there were a lot of fans that were excited for her to have another opportunity and her loyalty to the franchise. Oh no, it's just money. She has the choice. She does. And she's choosing to be a part of it. So that being said, with out of respect for Daisy and the character Rey, I just want a good story. I didn't mind Rey. I think there was way more that they could have done that they didn't, and we've all talked about this to death. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it actually, and I'd like to see more development out of her and see more stuff. Zane, what do you think? Oh, go ahead.
I don't know if the movies will be as well received in 10 years as maybe the prequels are today, but I think due to the presence of social media, I think the actors will probably age a little bit better in the fans' eyes. And I think that overwhelming, I think the fan base is willing to give Daisy really a chance. I just hope the Lucasfilm.
You know, they brought Anakin back. Applause,
Yeah.
right? And they crucified that guy, and he was steadfast and remained strong and is back, and we all praise him. I never had a problem with him. I think that there were things that was outside of his control that made his on-screen performance look the way it did. Plain and
He
simple.
literally bought a ranch and just like went away for like 10 years. Like just didn't show up at all. Just like bought a ranch and became a farmer basically.
Yep. And then when they came calling and they said, "Would you do it?" Absolutely. Like, I got lots of props for that guy. Zane's like all lucky because he hadn't had to get controversial yet. Go ahead, Debbie.
He did do quite a few movies after Star Wars, and for the most part, I've enjoyed them.
Isn't that's why he's on your wallpaper?
Well, yeah, I thought, the whole backlash against him, that it shouldn't have been towards him. And I guess George got some backlash too, because who wrote it, and who directed, so Hayden was just being a good worker and actor and doing as he was told, delivering the lines as he was told. I mean, what are you going to do? You're going to go up to the director and say, "No, that sounds retarded. I'm not going to do that." You're not going to say that to George Lucas.
Only if you're what's his name? Can you do that? What's his name? Obi-Wan. God bless it. I just forgot his name. Old Obi-Wan.
Oh, Alec Guinness.
Alec Guinness. He can say nobody talks like this. Like he can tell this is ridiculous.
Maybe Christopher Lee too. Christopher Lee, I think, did that with George.
He's like, I can't believe I'm 108 and still getting a job. Like that's Christopher Lee. That's why he looked all crazy when, like, that was a real look, like death was knocking when Anakin was about to, but Christopher Lee's like, yeah, it's getting close, and he's like, so. Anyways, that was terrible. Christopher Lee is one of my favorites. Outside before, obviously before Count Dooku. I got to get Zane in on this conversation because we have not talked about this in a while yet. So talk to me.
Controversial, Zane.
I know.
I'm gonna get so controversial. Honestly, no, my biggest thing against this whole process is that she, as a direct quote, she says that every single piece of work she's created has a piece of activism in it. And I think it just all depends on how she goes into that work. Mm-hmm. Is she truly trying to create a Star Wars movie that's good and maybe throw a little something in there, or like maybe kind of sway the story a little there? Or is she making an activist story in the Star Wars world? And I think, honestly, we can't burn her at the stake, at least until we give her a chance. I mean, that's how I am with most of these. I mean, you think of like the Marvels and Miss Marvel and stuff like that, where it was like Captain Marvel, where I thought Captain Marvel was a pretty good movie, right? Protagonist led that was a female. It was really good. And I think with all these upcoming projects,
Disowned.
we can't we can't we can't we can't push agenda just to push an agenda. We need to be pushing a story, like everyone else has been saying, basically.
Sure.
I cannot formulate an opinion until it's made.
Art reflects true life, right? Whatever's happening in our world, art throughout history always reflects that. We know that, and we know that THX was a great film that had a very staunch political stance. Same, Star Wars has political implications as well, and there's a lot that was written that was even filmed that you can find those deleted scenes where the politics of the rebellion are taking place, and it's brilliant stuff. So I get that there would be, or could be, and should be to an extent, some form of imitation of what's happening in our world within the films of our time. I would not disagree with that at all. But I also agree with you, if that's the focal point, then what? This isn't a propaganda film. This is a Star Wars film. Am I wrong?
Disney's going to die on the hill that they've been. I mean, it's clear that they're going to die on the activism, certain agenda that they're pushing. I mean, the stock price is showing it. The projects they've released are showing it. I don't think that. I mean, if you hear Bob Iger talk, he is talking like somebody that is getting ready to sell his business. That is the sole reason why he's come back. And
don't get me wrong, I said about Captain Marvel. I enjoyed the movie. It was fine. I just don't care about Captain Marvel. I didn't read the comic growing up. I don't care about Captain Marvel.
That movie made all that money. It made all that money because it was between Infinity War and Endgame.
Sure.
Sure. I didn't mean to cut you off, but like that, I mean that's the only reason it made all that money.
Cash cow, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you just watched Infinity War, then you're like, well, she's supposed to show up in Endgame because they tell us that, and it's like I want to, see who this girl is. So
yeah, no, and the arc was fun, and all right, it was done. Move on. Nope, we're gonna bring back this character that no one cares about. Sorry, I know y'all talked about this on MCU at one point, so. I think I was making some really hairy comments on the back end of that. Like I was talking about. Anyways, yeah. No, that's great. I don't want to spend too much time on this topic, but I appreciate you guys' thoughts, and controversial or not, I think we're all in the same boat of just wait and see what she does. Give her a shot. She's an award-winning director, so we've got several. The fan base have several award-winning directors that have done things and projects. So, speaking of, moving on, Mandalorian movie coming out? What? No way. What's that about? I got to go find that link. The Mandalorian. Look at that. Mandalorian and Grogu. Is that the title, or is that the official title? The Mandalorian.
I doubt it. I that's probably just a working title to throw out there so that they could say this is coming.
Supposedly.
Because I don't make the big bucks, but I would think if I was running the company, I would come out with something a little more.
Unless the goal is to absolutely destroy the company. Surely this is not the title. I mean, I get it, right? Like, you want to have in your title of your film allude to the topic or focus of said film. But don't give it all away in the title. Mandalorian and Grogu. I think you just gave away the whole show in that title.
I don't know.
The amount of creativity that went into developing said title. So, who's directing this thing? Favreau, or is he directing it?
Yeah,
he is.
What are y'all's thoughts on this thing, man? I'm scared. I'm just going to say it. I'm scared.
Season 1 is season 1 Favreau directing it, or is season 3 Favreau and Filoni with
Gutter
Lucasfilm?
directing.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, who's actually behind it? So I don't understand. I mean, season 3 wasn't like, I wouldn't say it was bad, but it also wasn't like really good either, I feel like. And I don't know what they're gonna do. Like, I know we still have the 4th season that they're doing, and it might explain some things. But I mean, what are they gonna do?
Yeah.
What's the
Well, and
premise of the
so
film?
who's the protagonist at this point? Well, I guess you still have Moff Gideon, is alive, and so you could still have some of that. Thrawn, and depending on when this movie takes place, is it? I guess depending, like right after season 3.
I don't know.
I don't know. We don't have enough on it, but go ahead.
It would be cool. I don't know. I really feel like if they make this movie, they hopefully either, I don't want to say kill off Mando, but give him an ending and lead Grogu on to a different adventure. That way, it's my belief. It's my belief that the Mandalorian series should be more than just Din Djarin. You know,
You got the wrong person that needs to die.
The Mandalorian, Zane.
Well, exactly.
But then they say the Mandalorian and Grogu, and then they kill off the Mandalorian, and then they move forward with Grogu. I see what you're doing.
That or Grogu just disappears, and that's a whole bunch of lore you can add later. I don't know.
Grogu should have stayed with Luke and/or needs to die.
I think Bo-Katan should be a focus coming forward. I don't know. I think there's a lot they can do with multiple different Mandalorians that we already know.
Yeah.
That they should. I mean, I've had my 3 seasons of Din. I don't want more.
Yeah, I'm good with what we've had. Quite frankly, I was looking forward to season 2. I was looking forward to season 3, but I'm kind of like I'm good. And I know you said blasphemous, Debbie. I got to ask why, but at the end of the day, when people say the Mandalorian, all they want is a baby Yoda. No, I got nothing. Everybody's like, nope.
Who?
Baby.
They are milking Grogu for this merchandise. I mean, that is all they're doing. Grogu is the toy.
But we're doing it for the memes.
Probably their best-selling thing right now. I mean, I don't think anything else is really popping off for him as far as other movies that have been released in the last few years. I mean, that's just my opinion. I mean, if and whenever I do happen to go out, or I do most of my shopping online because y'all know I'm a hermit, but I mean, it's just Grogu. You don't see anything else. It's Grogu. Why not? He's cute.
I've got a couple of Grogu things spread about. Yeah, he's pretty awesome. I do have the Lego bust of Mando though, because that's pretty sick too. So that's the Grogu Mando movie. We don't know what to expect, but it's something that is coming up for 2024, or we'll see. We all know this stuff gets pushed. I did want to touch on, like, because we are Dark Side News. I had mentioned, who do you think the antagonist would be in this movie? Do you think it's going to be Gideon, Thrawn, or some new bad guy?
Got to be Thrawn. I feel like this is all set up for Dave's Heir to the Empire like film. I mean, if they do Gideon, like, how many times are we going to see this guy get beat by Din and Grogu and other Mandalorians? I mean, I feel like we're getting kind of past that point.
I mean, I like chicken too, but that's too. Wait, wrong show. Yeah. No, you're right though. Like, it's like, okay, he's got. Oh no, he's not. Oh no, he's not. Come on.
It's got to be Thrawn.
I think there needs to be some closure, and I think you're right. Thrawn Gideon. I think it'll all kind of potentially tie in and close off. But if you tie it all in and close it off, and then you're leading into Ahsoka season 2, you think that's how it's going to all play out, and that'll wrap it up in a bow? Or will there be more?
I don't know.
Or are they going to keep milking that cash cow? I don't know why I just did that. That's terrible. But
They're milking.
I feel like that's all they're doing at this point.
Well, I mean, they could, and I always get my timelines messed up as far as where they are in their prospective shows. But it's possible the Mando movie could be whoever, and I don't, because I say this because I'm not sure if Thrawn is the only threat, because Balin was looking for somebody. Speculation, it's Abeloth. Who knows? But I mean, yeah, that could be the other villain that the good guys would have to face off.
Yeah. Something bigger, badder, worse than what we anticipate.
I think Ahsoka season 1 is the same as Mando season 3 because it shows why Sabine isn't with them to retake Mandalore. So because that was my first question.
Converge on each other, including Boba Fett. So
yeah,
but I see I see all three of those shows coming together, or Mando, Ahsoka, and Boba Fett. All those characters.
I'm with you. I think they're gonna set up maybe a cliffhanger on the Grogu Mando movie to then close out, or to then bring in Ahsoka's second season.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
That's kind of what I'm feeling. I honestly don't think they used Thrawn here, in my opinion, because they said it was a Mandalorian and Grogu movie. Now they could pull a 180 and pull a bunch of people, and it actually be like a lot. But I feel like,
we saw. Oh, sorry.
It would be cooler if. Well, I know it would just be a copy of Infinity War, but if they just had Gideon be the bad guy and Gideon kills or like mortally wounds or gets rid of Mando, right? That way when Thrawn comes, because I just feel like they're hyping up Thrawn, and Thrawn was very big, not just against Rebel Squad, but like with actual Jedi. And I think it would be kind of sad if it was just Mando and his group of scallywag friends. I feel like that'd be like the worst thing for that character.
Yeah. Like, it wouldn't be respectful for what we built as Mando. Yeah, I got you.
However, I also do realize that Balin is still on that planet, and so are they. So
I'm going to throw out the link. Wasn't Zeb in Mandalorian? Live action Zeb was. I lost my mind. But he wasn't in Ahsoka. Did they say anything about Zeb and Ahsoka at all?
No.
I think maybe he was.
Maybe
I don't
remember the
I don't know.
very beginning. I think they talk about it at the end of Rebels, not at the beginning of Ahsoka.
I find it interesting that nothing is not intentional with these folks that are writing this stuff. I don't think. Look at what Marvel's done, right? Like all this back, and you're like, oh my god, I didn't even see that 5 movies ago, but they referenced it here, you know. So there's got to be a reason Zeb was plugged. My thought was, because we're gonna see live action Ahsoka and Sabine and all of them, but we never saw Zeb. I don't know. Something to think about, maybe, because he looked pretty badass and huge.
I think at some point the gang will get back together.
Cobb Vanth?
Who?
Will he be back?
Yes, I would love to see it. I mean, he's rotting away in a Bacta tank.
So there is one single that I found, one action figure of Cobb Vanth that actually he has his helmet off. Otherwise, it's just like a repaint of Boba Fett.
Mm.
And I got that from my wife, and you'd think I'd just given her the moon that she had a Timothy Oliphant action figure.
I mean, you can't go wrong with Timothy Oliphant. Hello.
She
Good
unwrapped that, and
Lord.
I thought, "Oh Lord, yeah, okay."
I need them to not do CGI characters of the big three, as in Luke, Han, and Leia. If they are going to do this like pre-sequel trilogy, post Jedi, we just got to recast, please. Like, no
Would you agree
Skinwalker.
that the fan
Luke.
base is fine with the recast as opposed to CGI? Like in at large, that we're all fine with that.
Yeah, I mean Marvel's done it. Like
Yep.
it would give us the best quality, I feel like, content versus, because as much as I love the Luke scene, the end of Mando season 2, he doesn't ask any question, like he doesn't ask any questions. He's not very Luke like, I think. It's just like, give me baby and let me leave. Not like, what is going on here. Just like, I feel like basic recasting do that. And I feel like the guy that played Han Solo in the Solo film, like, it wasn't his fault the movie was bad. I feel like he did a good job.
Yeah.
So but they're not going to do that. They're going to spend all this crazy amount of money and make the budget for the film, or
But
they just might not show them at all. So.
He did get a lot of backlash. I thought he was fine.
Yeah, I mean, he was.
I
all right.
like the movie. It's a fun movie for me. Backstory, because I like backstories. But yeah, I love Solo. I thought it was a really good, fun movie. And I thought, is it Alden?
Yeah, it's Alden something.
Yeah, I can't pronounce his last name. I'll murder it. But yeah, I thought Alden did fine. I thought he had Han/Harrison's mannerisms. I thought it was just, yeah, I thought it was just fine. But, people had a big old hissy fit about it because they wanted that one guy, I can't remember his name, who does a very good Harrison impression because he was in Age of Adeline as a younger Harrison Ford. But I just didn't, and I've watched that movie quite a few times, and I just don't think my opinion, he doesn't act very well. But he does a great Harrison impersonation. But that's not a reason to cast him as Han Solo.
Yeah.
I think Tarkin in was that Rogue One was crap. Like, I was so excited whenever I saw him, like, oh my god, it's Tarkin, and then you come up on him and it's CGI and it's terrible. Why couldn't you have recasted that with someone, just a little makeup and make it similar, right? And I think that's kind of what your point is. Like, you can make the similarities, but just because they look like, was it Sebastian Stan? We think he looks like, I know, here we go again with the wallpaper, but I know that he's a good actor, but he is, I just don't know that he's Luke Skywalker, right? And so what are they going to do with that? I don't know.
He could be.
They're just not gonna show any of them. They're gonna be cameos at best, which does not make any sense. It's just like 3PO showing up in Ahsoka, and
dude, little makeup, also, and she looks just like her mama.
Oh, I agree. Like, I think the guy that did that was like the stand-in for Luke in Boba Fett looks a lot like Mark Hamill. Kind of sounds like him. I mean, I don't know. I mean, if you're not going to have them say any lines, at least save some money, and they can at least be stand-ins. It'll be cheaper for you.
Yeah.
Well, and we know that, like, recasting someone does work, as with Donald Glover for Lando. Probably one of the best recasts in Star Wars.
Wait, what? Oh, recast. Okay, Don Cheadle was a great recast
for Rhodey. Josh Brolin for Thanos, I think. Is that his name?
And what's his name for Kane? Oh, no.
Who?
Not Kane. What's the new? Aren't they recasting
Oh,
What's his name?
Kang.
Kang? I said Kang. Kang.
They're not gonna recast him. They're moving on to Doctor Doom. I feel like.
You think so?
Please.
Nah. Yeah, we've talked about this too.
I
Yeah.
strongly disagree.
Yeah.
want
I think
something.
they're gonna stick with Kang. Or just gonna recast. That's not our show. That's another show.
Anyways,
Go check out MCU Mondays. Y'all have
Yeah,
talked
we'll
about
leave-
this.
My show. That's my show.
We'll leave that to Debbie.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So you mentioned Sabine, and that was a great segue, but that was like 10 minutes ago to like action figures. And I even tried to get us back with the action figure, Cobb Vanth action figure. Vanth action figure. One of the things I'm noticing is I'm still a child, but children aren't the way I was at that age. Like they're just not a huge draw for action figures that the way that there once was. And so when I see, Hasbro reveals new Sabine and Chopper figures, I'm looking at these. They got a new Ghost. It's like freaking sick. Like I'm loving it. And all I can think of is there's going to be 50 billion of them on the shelves because kids don't play with this crap no more.
Well, that and the fact with the economy, and I don't know what action figures go nowadays because I only remember when my kids, when I had to buy stuff for my kids.
$4.95 at KB Toys. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I don't know what they are now, but it's like, who can afford to buy that stuff?
That looks like $59.99 to me at Target.
For those Black Series figures.
The Luke and Grogu one, you can't even at least with some of the Black Series, it shows them, or you can kind of flip the little cover on it and it shows them. The Luke and Grogu one, you pay $40 and you can't even see the figure. It's just the box because I'll get the figures and I'll keep them in the boxes, but
that's why you buy two.
Yeah, but then you're spending $80. You know what I'm saying?
And Zane's like, yeah, well, my dad had a problem a few years ago, and I reap the benefits of it. Yeah, so I went through and got every single solitary Episode 3 action figure, including every single solitary Mistake action figure. I got the whole set. Now, it's not worth what I thought it would be worth because they went ahead and made more movies. But it's still worth a pretty penny. And it is owned by that dude on the show, that Zane guy. Well, Zane and my daughter Madison. I just bequeath it to them. But I had that sucker on display. I mean, we're talking like Palpatine with blue lightsabers, like that kind of stuff. I got them all. It's awesome. Anyway, toys I love. Clearly, if you've seen this on the TikToks, I got toys all over the place. So next article, we got one more to go, and that is the Bad Batch Season 3 trailer. So I let you guys know in pre-show I had not seen this, and I got a bunch of what? So I'm gonna share my screen, and I'm gonna try to see.
I haven't seen it.
You haven't seen it either, Zane?
No.
Oh my god!
What is
I
wrong
haven't
with you
seen season
people?
2, so season
Oh
2.
my
Share.
God.
Please
Can
share
you
the
guys see
screen.
this?
Yeah.
Let
Oh,
me know
that's
if you can
cool.
hear it.
Hold on! We've got troopers up top. We're running out of road!
Not exactly a stealth exit, boys.
Let's move!
I thought that the end of the war would mean an end to losing more of our brothers. But I was wrong. We can't just walk away. Not with the Empire imprisoning the kid. Secure her in a cell. Omega's been waiting for us a long time. Our mission is not over yet.
There is nothing of greater importance to secure the future of this empire. Whatever is needed to accomplish this goal will have it.
They are coming. For all of you. Give us a real challenge.
Everyone, down!
We're not big on following orders.
I wasn't planning on killing you.
Yes.
But you're making it very tempting.
I have heard about her. I know a little bit about that. I didn't read that.
Oh my gosh.
Books and comics are not canon.
No.
And Dave
Whoa,
Filoni does.
Whoa. They have even stated that they're just taking Dark Disciple and they are keeping it in mind when they are making that.
Shut up.
So technically it's still canon.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
She's a Night Sister though, so
Man, I hope.
Whoa.
Can they
Yeah,
hear?
there's two possibilities for her appearance. So
Oh my god. How did I not see that yet? Okay.
Toe Jam is good.
Man, they dropped that
Yeah.
article saying that's staying in line with the book like 30 minutes after the trailer because people were like,
Yeah.
this does not make any sense.
'Cause the book was amazing.
Man. Holy crap. That's awesome. I got no words. I'm excited. I'm gonna have to run through. When does it kick off?
February
February
21st.
21st.
February 21st.
May 1st is the
Hey
end.
guys, what's up? Michael Bradley. Albert. Oh, that's my. Sorry. What's up, man? I don't ever see it all written out. What do you want from me?
Hi guys.
One of our guys. All right. Let me change the text so that it looks like I know what I'm doing here.
Lord.
Okay, here we go. Okay, wow, we have gone through just the first section and we have spent almost an hour. But that's okay, because I think we've talked a lot about what we're looking at over the next couple of pieces during the deep dive. So for the deep dive tonight, we were just going to look at what we thought would be happening. We know of stuff like Acolyte. We know of stuff like the what's the High Republic one that's coming out as well. The ship. I wrote an article about it. The ship not Outward Bound. That was a book. Son of a gun.
You're
Anyways,
thinking about Outbound Flight.
the Outbound Flight. Yeah, that was the book. That was within Thrawn trilogy, right? No.
No, that
Okay.
was one of the
I don't
very
think
first books
so.
released after
Yeah.
Disney, but I don't think it's canon because it was
No.
written before.
No, it's not.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Anyways, so what's in store for the Sith over the next? That's what we're going to talk about for the next little bit. Where are we with dark side characters? Where are we? Well, clearly in 2024, it looks like we're getting some Ventress. What do y'all think about that?
I'm so excited.
Go check out the Sith Dominion episode where we talk about Asajji Ventress. Yeah, I love me some Ventress, man.
Yeah, I hope, and I have my theories, but I'm hoping she's in more than just one episode and it's only for 5 minutes. I hope she's incorporated into at least the last half of the series.
Yes, Zane, you're raising your hand. What are you doing?
I don't know. I didn't know.
Why
you
is
could do
there a
that.
countdown on your screen? What is going on over there?
We're
I
talking
don't
about
know. I
Ventress. He's taking
take-
selfies. I don't.
Sorry.
I don't know
Go
what
on.
conversation.
Hey, he's having
with it.
fun. Let him have fun.
Yeah,
It's all
yeah.
right.
Sometimes it's little things, guys. What do you think? What are your thoughts on that, Cam? About Asajj being in this? You good? Don't care?
I mean, I'm not like the biggest Asajji Ventress fan. Like, it was definitely a cool little little cameo in the trailer, but I don't know. I feel like all the Star Wars live action shows, or not live action, animated shows, I've thoroughly enjoyed, and I think they'll do a good job. I've liked the Bad Batch series as a whole, so I'm looking forward to seeing how Asajj plays a role. I'm kind of like Debbie. I hope it's not just a 5-minute cameo. I hope there's a 3-episode or last half of the season story arc for her. So,
Yeah,
I
because
think
it's like 15 episodes. So, if we could see her from episode 6 or 7
3
on.
Oh yeah, 6 or 7. 3.
Episode
Man,
5
is
I just
saying.
lost my mind. I'm gonna have to watch that again. That's exciting. Sorry, we have another chat.
I think
Oh,
I think they
talking
should do more animated. I feel like personally, I know it's not for everybody, but I think they do. There's so much they can do, and they've done it well, and I think they should really do more for that.
I think with our experiences in lately, whether it's animated, I say lately, over the last 7, 8, 10 years, yeah, pretty much this show, that show would become Asajji Ventress after episode. I agree, 100%. I lost my train of thought because
No
that's
complaints.
awesome. No complaints here. No, I totally lost where I was going with that. Asajj is awesome.
Solid.
So, when we think about the Sith Dominion, we have to think about Sithy's things, and of course, Asajj. We're gonna get more of her now. We're excited about. I was talking about a what if series. I saw a rumor that there potentially could be something in late 25, early 26 of a what if. I'm here to tell you guys, like, the Marvel one was okay. There were some, it was all right. It was fun. I watched it. Did you guys see the Marvel What If series? If you were to see anything in the What If series for Star Wars, what would it be? What would you want to see? I've already said, one of the, I don't want to give away my article, but one of them is the Battle of Endor, but the Empire wins, and, F you, Rebellion, with your tiny little fleet.
Yeah, Dana's pro Empire. Let's go.
100%.
Let's go.
I have brought peace, justice to my new empire.
Exactly that. It was shown in a video game, but what would happen if Anakin beat Obi-Wan?
Oh, yes.
I honestly feel like even if he loses, but he doesn't get burned, I don't know if it's still up on YouTube, but there was a guy that did it a long time ago, and I think Star Wars Elseworlds might be his name. He did one if Anakin didn't burn, and I liked that. But mine would be if Luke joins Vader at the end of Empire Strikes Back. That's my ultimate fan theory that I would love to see play out in What If. So,
and see, I don't know, and I could be wrong. I know a lot of lore from Expanded Universe. I'm not as up to date on canon, but I am huge in that. I do not recall a father-son tandem ever. All right, forget this. Hey, David Grandpooba, put together a movie writing team. We're gonna write a fan movie on this 100%. Could you imagine? I would watch this in a heartbeat as a what if scenario. Sorry. Father son? Would son kill father after son tried to save father?
So in your fan theory, does Luke die at the end? I suppose. In your what if scenario, does he die at the end?
No, he does not.
He just is a prisoner. He joins them.
He joins his father,
and they kill the Emperor.
And together, they rule the galaxy as father and son. They defeat the Emperor, and in that, the decrepit state of Vader, because of him throwing his him overboard and getting electrocuted, caused him to be even that much more reliant on a suit, and therefore his son, already badass and amazing as a Jedi, was an incredible dark side. And if you look at there were 2 graphic novels where he goes to the dark side, Luke.
Dark Empire.
Thank you, Dark Empire. Great. I mean, dude, Luke was badass. I mean, I know you know this, Cam. It's one of your favorites.
You don't get time. So wait, I'm just making sure the Emperor dies.
Right? Yes, Emperor's dead.
So he goes and explodes, and he dies.
Yes, he's dead.
I would imagine that would be what would happen.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I think,
all right.
So we think the Emperor dies, and then in episode 12, he comes back to, I don't even, and the only explanation is Poe saying, I don't know how, but he's managed to return.
Palpatine has returned.
From the opening crawl, that movie is just. Yeah, have y'all seen The Boys?
Yes. I'm not finished with the latest season, but yeah.
Debbie, you know the Homelander scene when he's just staring blankly? That's me watching The Rise of Skywalker.
That's fantastic.
Oh Lord.
So we've talked about on this show a couple of times the movement of some of the writing to delve into the dark side a little more. And why? Because it's cool. Like there's passion involved. There's so much more development on the story and arcs of folks that fall from the light and then are redeemed. There's just so much more to it than just I'm a goody two shoes and I'm a Jedi forever. I still can't remember the name of that other series, but I think Jude Law is in it.
Skeleton Crew.
Thank you. That's High Republic time, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. Acolyte. I mean, that's another one that's all going to be on the, focused on the dark side. Do you think that they're going to bring any other characters over this next year from Legends that from Legends? Like with Thrawn, for instance, right? Like, oh my God, they brought Thrawn. That was awesome. That was 2 years ago, whatever. Are there any characters you think that they could bring in at this point? Not the Vong. We're not going to go into that Vong war crap. But
they could if they did it differently. I thought they were interesting characters, but that whole freaking book series was just way too long.
It was long. It was something like 16, 25 books or something.
19 books, because I just recently reread it. But yeah, like, oh my God, another one. But yeah, I enjoyed, and I probably won't say his name correctly, Prince
Zysor? Yeah, from what book was that? It was the Power of the Force line of toys, but he was like kind of green. He had a ponytail. Like, I know this dude. I can't remember the name of the freaking.
Hold on, I should know because
he was totally like trying to hook up with what's her name?
Leia.
Shadows of the Empire?
Empire. I knew it was based on the game.
Yes, the game.
The book.
The game.
He was like reptilian of the reptilian descent. He would give off this pheromone. He was trying to get. I've only read
Valine.
Yeah. Man, it was an impressionable book. Like, I read this 20 plus years ago. It was super good. If you haven't read it, it's Legends, but it's really great. Shadows of the Empire. And yes, there is a video game loosely close to it. It's fun too. I don't know if that's Dash or Kyle. I don't remember which one that was in the video game. But Dash Rendar, Kyle, Guitar, and one of them.
I'm pretty sure it was Dash. Yeah, it's not very Sithy, but what I would like to see, and this possibly could be done with a what if series, or it could be a series on its own, like from a certain point of view, but it's animation, because there's no way to do it live action, but animation, stories from the Legends books.
Mhm.
That's what I would like to see.
I mean, would you guys be interested in even something like that where it was, okay, this is not canon, but we're going to give you some content and it's, some 10, 15-minute shorts, 20 of
No,
them,
not a
just little
short.
tiny things like that. You'd totally be down with that.
No shorts.
They kind of did that with
Oh,
SWTOR.
no shorts. No
They did that with
shorts.
SWTOR, where they would take scenes from different moments, like Deceived is from the book Deceived, where he storms the Jedi Temple.
Yeah.
Like, there's a whole book on it, but they do that one scene for SWTOR, remember?
Okay,
think
I
it was
call
used
it
there.
Shredder.
used like a-
You're calling it SWTOR. You're killing me, son. All right. Yes. Did you play that game at all, Debbie, Cam,
Yeah, I've played.
Old Republic? Yeah.
Yeah, me and Josiah go through phases of playing it for like 2 weeks, and then don't play it, and then we're like, we need to go check back on our characters. So
Man,
I'm not
that's all
sure.
I did. But
I'm not sure which one I played. It was either that one or Knights of the Old Republic, but I'm just not a gamer. I don't do well. I did okay with Star Wars Galaxies.
yes.
I tried when X-Wing first came out back in the day. I tried to play that, and all three of my kids, they're good gamers. They just don't get it from me. I don't know who they get it from, but
I ended up playing the Starfighter, the new Starfighter game. New. It's like 2 years old now. But in
So good.
VR, I played for like 20 minutes, and I was like, oh, okay. I can't.
yeah, I
don't know-
can't do
I don't know which
VR
way is
either.
up. I don't know what's happening, and it's like it's hard because you're totally just yeah.
What are y'all's thoughts about them doing Plagueis and Acolyte in some form or fashion? I know there's rumors floating around about it. Y'all think they can do him justice, or I'm kind of my thoughts are Dana's face he just made.
I just, based on Zane, talking about Palpatine and his thing, if they're gonna incorporate some of that, it's live action and it's badass, I'm good. I see, how Andor, very dark, very dramatic, not super action packed. It's just a good show, right? That's what I'd like to see from something like that, right? Where you get to see that the depth and breadth of the development of the dark side in those characters. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you there, Cam, but I'm with you.
I mean, I'd like to see it too. I just kind of, with actors and showrunners for the Acolyte, their comments don't give me a whole lot of hope for that. And I know we talked about it a while ago, but I think if it'd be cool if they could do Plagueis, but do it right. I feel like even Thrawn in Rebels wasn't Thrawn, and Zane probably is better at explaining that than me. But I think even live action Thrawn didn't really. I mean, it was the same voice actor and all that, and I got the aura and whatever, but it didn't really feel, especially after reading the Heir to the Empire trilogy, didn't really feel like Thrawn.
I think for those of us that did read Heir to the Empire in that trilogy, we have a different outlook on what our expectations were for him. Unfair, fair, irrelevant. And Mendelsohn, not Mendelsohn. What's his name? What's the actor's name that's playing Thrawn?
Oh gosh.
I said
Mickelson.
Mendelsohn.
Mickelson.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of the Mickelson brothers.
It's not Mads. It's the other one.
So
Lars.
Lars, I think.
Lars.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Lars. Yeah.
Thank you. And not the crappy drummer from Metallica. So nothing against him. Nothing. It's my own bias, right? It's what I've developed in my head way back when I read Heir of the Empire trilogy. or the Thrawn trilogy. And I started reading, thanks to Zane, the newer stuff, still by Timothy Zahn, and so you still have that kind of you still have that same Thrawn. And it transferred in the animated series. To your point, Deb, like you can do more things, I think, with the animated series, and it just didn't translate for me in Ahsoka, and it was very heartbreaking that it didn't. And this is the first time I've said that out loud.
Controversial.
Yeah, it didn't. And yeah, the voice perfect because it's freaking boys. Yeah.
Well, I mean, they have an impossible task. I mean, going from animated to live action. I mean, I love Rosario Dawson, but she did her best, and the Sabine actress did her. I mean, they all did the best they could do, but there's just so much more you can do in live action or animated better than live action. But I feel like if it's animated, they kind of just need to. I feel like it. I know they trap themselves, but it just needs to kind of stick with it, you know. So
yeah, your cheer squad is here.
Yeah, yes.
It's the moment you start talking, it's like facts. This guy spitting facts. Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. And it is unfair, right, for us. But we can't help it. We're fans and we have expectations, and it's their fault for making good content and then making crappy content, because that's on them, not me.
We're the paying customer. We have a right to critique what they put out. We're paying our money that we work for to consume their content that they give to us. We have every right to critique it. You know, we don't have rights to death threats to the actresses and actors and all that stupid stuff that some of our fan base does. But we have a right to critique, and there's nothing wrong with critiques. We get critiqued at work, performance reviews, and all that. They should get critiqued on the content they put out to us.
Agreed. I'm gonna share my screen here. This artist, Kyle Duca. He is a member of a group that we have here in geeknewsnow.net, and he has done these pieces. All these pieces are available. There's the Thrawn. That's the one right there, baby. I reached out to him and just asked him if I could share his art. He's very talented. Deb, you had said that you had seen some of his stuff before, probably within our groups. This is within the I'm Addicted to Star Wars group. So yeah, you want to see more stuff like this, more content like this, just jump over to right here. I can't. I'm Addicted to Star Wars. I don't know where it is.
I've seen him post in other Star Wars groups. So yeah, he's very talented. I love his work.
So really, his prints are, you can get prints of this stuff. Just reach out to him. I'm gonna, Debbie, if you can make sure that link gets put in the description so people can go check out. Look at that Croco.
Oh.
Grievous, man. Can I say he didn't get enough screen time? This dude.
2D Grievous was amazing.
Man, Ahsoka. Look at that BB-8. Yeah, real impressed with this dude. So I just reached out to him. I was like, man, can I show some of your... Oh, that's awesome. Okay, yeah, I'll just say, oh, that's my boy right there.
Oh, yeah.
Not... What?
It's Jake Skywalker.
It's Jake. Just
Jason?
Boy. That's cool. Yeah, I could do this all day. So talented. So he doesn't just do Star Wars. Obviously, he's an artist. He does all kinds of stuff. But yeah, some of this is all the Star Wars stuff though. Super cool.
Shout out to Kyle.
Oh, Chewie. Yeah, look at that. All right, we're done. So thank you, Kyle. I'll make sure we put your Instagram link in our description. Thank you for letting us showcase your talent on the show. I didn't see any fan theories from you, Kyle, but I have a theory. and I'd love to end the show with what you'll think about this theory. The Rey movie is going to come out, and there's going to be an antagonist that we've never seen before that we fall in love with as a dark side character. I'm making that prediction. No, Cam's like, no, ain't happening.
Save my comments for last.
What is y'all's prediction for the year? That's my prediction. A Rey movie. It may not be till 25, but the Rey movie is going to have an antagonist or a new Sith person that's even badasser than we've seen.
I'd have to agree.
You agree? You disagree?
No, agree
Yeah.
that a new Sith will make itself known.
I am a sidebar. Do you think they'll bring in Darth Talon?
I know that was the original plan for one of the movies, or well, I guess that was for George Lucas's movie to bring in Darth Talon, which that would have been great. But I don't know. I think they should just try and bring in new characters. Somebody new, some different character that's gonna blow our mind.
Well, it's good for us if they do new Sith characters because that means new shows.
Mhm.
But if they use the same characters, kind of messes with our show. Zane, you went like I saw you were about to say something. What what do you got?
Well, first, I totally do not think they're gonna make a new Sith character like that. At least anytime soon. I will. I don't know. I don't want to get my hopes up. You know,
So
I
so
got
hold
my
on.
hopes up.
Are you
and
setting the
got
bar
Kylo
low
and,
so you don't get disappointed? Is that
mhm.
Can you
That's
blame
what
him?
I've learned with this franchise. Why do you think I like Rise of Skywalker so much? I came in there with the bar as low as it could be, and it passed.
You like it?
It went over the bar. The bar was on the floor, but it went over the bar.
That's got to be an episode.
oh my god, Zane.
No, but
How do you really feel
honestly,
about Rise of Skywalker?
I would rather see newer characters, just because we do know, as Kathleen Kennedy said, there is not a lot of source material that they can pull from, so they really need to be creating these new characters.
You're so ridiculous. Hey, what if a dark side Rey, like where she joined Kylo?
What if she was a clone? Or what if there was another clone that had another kid just like her, but dark side?
Yeah, I meant to ask that when we were talking about some of that on another episode. Clones can have kids?
According to the expanded Rise
I
of
read-
Skywalker book.
I read that Shadow of the Sith book, finished it. It did not make anything better for me, and they can apparently have kids.
Clones can have kids. Like Rex could have like a bunch of kids
Yeah.
out there we don't know about. Awesome. Because if there was anyone, it would be Rex. That would totally be a dad to like 18 kids out there. That's Rex.
I agree.
No comment, Zane or Debbie. on that one. What's your prediction, man? What do you think? What's going on in your head, man?
I'm going to be a little bit more controversial than Zane might have been, but I honestly do not think that movie's going to get made.
No?
I don't. I think that Kathleen Kennedy has showed us that she is better at announcing projects than actually completing them.
Mm.
And for better or worse, I don't think it's going to be made. And I think that even if they did try to create something, that I don't think they've shown it to be good. I mean, obviously, I want it to be good. I mean, I'm obviously pessimistic about 7, 8, and 9, but I want Star Wars to be good. But it just depends. Like, what's the premise of the movie? I mean, Rey has shown us nothing but being just absolute god tier of a character. I mean, she has defeated everybody, defeated the greatest Sith of all time, using an ability that only one person in the original stuff knew how to do in terms of blocking force lightning with a lightsaber, but that might be different with new stuff. But I don't know. I mean, I think that maybe she's training kids, and maybe one of the her she has a Ben Solo type deal. Maybe one of her people she trains falls victim to the dark side, or somehow I don't know. But I'm not very hopeful that that movie's going to get made. I don't think that. I think they've kind of shot themselves in the foot with how they handled
Yeah,
the
it
last
seemed
trilogy.
very packaged up. That last movie, like we're done. Everything's good. We're done. Move on. However, if you know the Force, all we know of at this moment is a super crazy powerful person in the light side, which would mean what?
The dark.
Else there's a dark side. Like you can't, which gets us, I think, back to the whole Balin and looking for. Like I swear, it's got to be Anakin. Like all that stuff. Anakin being the chosen one, and the father and the son, and the daughter, all the stuff we've talked about before. I don't know that Star Wars will ever be done. They'll always be doing this back and forth battle because everything is over once there's balance, right? Like once one person can be all, then there isn't anything else. I don't know, man. I think from a lore perspective and a trying to make sense of that prophecy piece, because was the prophecy fulfilled in Anakin? Yes or no?
Well, depends on when you. No, it wasn't.
You see, like Zane's like yes, and Cam's like no, and Deb's like
Well, I mean, if you go by the prequels and the original trilogy, yeah, he did.
Yeah, I mean, I was trying to give the sequel trilogy some love, so no. But yeah.
Well, all I can say about this new movie, supposedly she's creating has created a new Jedi Order, and if they could do it, beg John Bodega to come back and do his character right and not screw him over like they did in the sequel trilogy. Do it right this time.
I don't think they're gonna let her. They're giving her Luke's storyline, which is okay, but they're not gonna. I don't think they're gonna let her fail, as in Rey. I don't think. I mean, they haven't shown us. Luke through the original trilogy, went through ups, downs, failed to beat Vader in Empire Strikes Back. Anakin, gets his arm cut off by Dooku in Attack of the Clones. There's no there was character progression to a certain form, right? I don't think that they're going. I just don't feel like what storyline are they going to give Rey that's going to keep us interested.
You think it's just a shortcut or laziness of development, or the audience today versus then, right? The audience today just wants to see the lightsabers and pew, pew, pew. I say the audience at large, not us purists, right? Like we're the fans. But did it satiate the appetite for a Star Wars film with some action? Did those three films do that? Yes or no?
No. They each progressively made less money than the first. So
yeah, true.
The fan base as a whole was not in tune with that. Which I feel so controversial hating on the sequel trilogy sometimes because I see videos of kids running up to Daisy Ridley and giving her love, and I love that because I would have loved to have done that to Mark Hamill if I even would have had the opportunity to do that, and I want it to be good for that fact because I've said it before. I want people. I'm going to show my kids Star Wars if I'm fortunate enough to have kids, and I want more people to come and love Star Wars. But it's also not going to stop me from critiquing the projects and wanting them to be good, because we should want them to be good. That's why people didn't like the prequels, like Dana, like your Jen, like y'all had an expectation for what the prequels were going to be, right? But they maybe didn't do that, you know, and that could be kind of how the sequel trilogy was for Zane and I's kind of generation too, you know. But I don't know. I want it to be good. I hope with Dave's new role, maybe something good will happen. But I think he's just going to be the fall guy for a company that's going down in the toilet for right now.
Man, that was intense. Sorry. I'm all sad, man, because yeah.
I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer. I mean,
God, what?
That's my job. That's my job.
What? That's her. Yes, thank you. It literally is in her name.
Yeah. But I don't know. I told you I had some thoughts, but
that's good, man. When we, I think that's the beauty of rational fan base, whatever your fandom is. Rational fan base says, I may not like this, but it's more content. I'll give it a go. I may not watch it more than once or twice, but I'll at least give it a go because it's more content and I'll enjoy it for what it is. I think if we as fans can, the big, huge, at-large fandom, had that take, it just would be a lot less toxic. You were very careful on how you said those things, which is awesome, because you know we have this level or layer of anonymity in on the web where we can be jerks, but we have a face, like we're on the show and you're still saying it kind of sucks, but this is why. So I want to make sure that for anyone listening, understand that we're not gonna just take a side and just, yeah, it's great, Star Wars is awesome. We're gonna tell you how we feel, but we're gonna be respectful about it. So I appreciate that, Cam, and I appreciate the conversation we had also at the very beginning when we were talking about Chinoy and what she's doing as a director, or what she may do as a director. And we're of course encouraging and hopeful that we get some good content. So thinking that was good. What is volcano green lava orange? I don't know what that means, Zane.
It's an emoji.
it might have
be on
not.
YouTube.
That's an emoji?
Yeah, on YouTube.
Okay, well, it's not in here, so I have no idea what that is. But that's okay.
Damn, that's
Zane,
old folks.
so what's going on? We gotta start. Okay, so that's pretty much the show. I mean, that was everything that we really had to talk about tonight. So now is the fun part. I gotta know what's with the phone, man. Like, why the phone?
So my webcam was actually one of my friends.
Hold
and
on
I
a second.
borrowed it.
I thought I gave you a webcam.
Nope.
I know I
Charlotte
gave you a webcam.
Charlotte took it back.
She took it back.
Cause she needed it.
My wife took it back. That's fantastic.
Dang,
Never
Charlotte.
mind then. I do have it then somewhere. I don't know where it's at. But yeah, I'll let you have it. So you're oh wait, where is he? He usually watches the show. He hadn't been watching the show in a while.
I think he is drumming for a church now.
Ah, very
so they're
cool.
having a practice tonight. Yeah.
All right.
Pretty cool.
So Agua, right? Yeah, Agua. That was one of our other fans. He'll hopefully be able to watch us again. Always good to have people watch our show, but if you don't listen, that's fine. You don't even know we're saying this. I have to tell you guys, this was really fun. Getting to just mess around, talk about the future state of Dark Side Sith thing, Star Wars. Man, super fun to hang out with you guys. I'm sorry, and we missed the last 2 weeks. And as I stated at the beginning of the show, we may or may not have a show next week. If I'm on a jury, we will not be having a show. If I'm not on a jury, we will.
Having a show, no jury duty. Having a show,
please.
no jury duty.
And I have been called for jury duty locally probably 6 times since I've lived here. And I never got called. And every single time, call the Friday before, and it's canceled, whatever. But this one is like a federal, and I gotta go all the way to Houston. So if I gotta drive to Houston that morning and then drive back on a Tuesday, like I'm not having a show. Sorry, guys. Y'all can have one without me. That's fine. So I don't know what our show is next week, but I will recap this one. We talked about all kinds of future state stuff. We talked about, I think I started going down the list. We talked about the new director. We talked about the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. We talked about the new action figures and just how people maybe are or are not purchasing all those action figures. Bad Batch Season 3 trailer we got to watch because I hadn't seen it yet. And that was amazing. We had some massage, and that was super exciting. We talked about the Acolyte. We talked about some other Sith things that's coming up in this year and made our own predictions. So that was the show. Go check us out. Watch it again. Listen again on all the places that you get your podcasts. Check out MCU Monday, which I keep plugging over and over again. Debbie's on that. And Darth Zane, David, who's not on the show tonight. I didn't ask him to be on the show. I don't care. But Debbie, I asked. And I asked Kat, too, because we hadn't had Kat on the show in like a month and a half. So, yeah. Man, this was fun, guys. I appreciate tonight. Zane, Deb, Cam, any parting shots? I'm out of wine.
Well, right now I'm actually in the middle of an Overwatch tournament that is sometimes streamed. So if you go to twitch.tv/getgood_Overwatch, that's GITGUD_OW. On days like the 28th, the 2nd, or the 4th, you may see my team pop up on a live stream.
Hold on. What was that? Get what?
GetGood_OW.
I can make one. Hold on. Let me make a scroller.
Yeah.
This is what we're doing with our time.
I got you.
Hold on.
Hold on. Let me go to the
GITGUD.
Right here. Oh, that is not what I want.
What?
It's in the document. It's in the document.
Where are you putting it? Don't put it in
right
this
underneath outro.
Right underneath
See
outro?
the document? Yeah.
What?
In the document.
Oh, in the documents?
Yeah.
Who's your main, Zane?
My main is Lucio, which is really good. Really good. We play a lot of Rhine Brawl. So Lucio's really good there. You just speed on people. But yeah, it's my favorite.
Wait, did you put it on the show? Oh,
Episode
here we go.
20.
Okay,
Yeah.
I got you. Sorry. So, Debbie, can we look in the comments and grab this as well? Or you have it because you have access to this too. Why can't I paste? Control V.
Yeah, just be looking up on there and you'll see
There we go.
a lot of good Overwatch games. And if you see 8-piece nuggies, that's my team.
8-piece nuggies. That's
Mhm.
right. Yeah, I watch anytime that no, we don't have ripped apparel, sorry. There we go. Update. There you go. It's on the scroller. Wait, maybe.
Oh, wow.
It is.
Yeah, it's on the scroller. Okay,
Let's go.
good. Overwatch. I watch every time he lets me know he plays, and I think I was talking about this in pre-show. Like, it's weird, like surreal. He's on TV, and then it's like, well, he's only got like 20 people watching him, but still, I'm watching my son on television, drinking some beverages. It's kind of cool. No, Zane, totally. Lucio's his main, and he's fun to watch, man. And you can tell when he gets mad. I know because I grew up playing Halo with him, and I know what he does when he gets mad. But he's taught me a lot about Lucio. I've had a blast. I've actually played, I think now 15 hours of Lucio. I'm excited. No comparison to your however many.
It's like 150
hours.
something hours.
Yeah. So whatever. Cam, Debbie, and Zane, thank you so much for being on the show tonight. Not sure what next week will hold. We will or will not have a show, but I'll let you all know. Hey, remember that this year coming up, 2024, could potentially be the year that we have some really cool Sithy shit, and I'm excited because we got the Acolyte, which is surrounding Sith. We have Asajj. We got so much cool stuff. I'm excited. Are y'all excited? Let's go Sith. All right. Remember to watch MCU Mondays. Remember to watch Tuesday. That's Weird Tuesdays. Sit to me. There is nothing on Wednesday. Thursday is Cantina Happy Hour, and then Friday is what's Friday?
Sometimes they have the Hobby Hut, but
Sometimes they have the Hobby Hut. And then Saturday is Geek Gauntlet. Of course, you're on that too. Again, I think you're on like 4 shows. You're not on there ever?
no, occasionally, but not very often
I
because.
thought you were on 4 shows.
Well, I just started a 4th show. It's on the Geek and I podcast here on YouTube. And we are doing Federation Fridays. We are discussing Star Trek, the original series. And this Friday we are on episode 3, where no man has gone before.
Nice. Very cool. I had no idea. So yes, Debbie, 4. She's killing me. I only have 1 and I'm stressed out. I can't imagine. But like you said, you're a hermit. There's a little difference.
I'm a hermit.
I do have something to do tomorrow night, which is car meet with my Empire car. So, all right. You guys, thank you, Cam. Had a blast. Debbie, awesome. And Zane, of course. Wonderful evening. Hey, remember, kids, peace is a lie. There's only passion. Good night. Oh, wait, I got to push this button that says play outro. Okay, now good night.